Lehman.
Hey, Falcon Nation, we got a green dot here. I'm here with our senior swimmers, Firestone Falcons senior swimmers, and Coach Cindy Dial. Guys, how is everyone doing today?
Awesome.
Just great.
Thumbs up across the board. Hey, we're in some crazy times right now, but what I wanted to do was do a recap of the year. And what I like to do is start off with Coach Cindy Dial and have Coach kind of give us an idea how your guys' season went, and then we'll talk to you guys collectively as a group. All right? Coach, take it away.
Well, we had a great season. We're fortunate that we were able to finish our high school season, get our high school banquet in. So in retrospect to everything that's happened to a lot of the teams that didn't, I feel that we're very, very fortunate. We're able to finish our first USA Swimming Championship meet. We got, of course, shut down right after that. It's weird, all these terms that are now in our everyday life of new normal and social distancing. It's just a very strange emotional roller coaster ride of, first anger and frustration, disappointment, fear, and kind of layers and layers of anxiety. 3 weeks without seeing their faces on deck, it's been very strange.
I got to imagine that is strange, especially for Firestone Swimming, as close of a group as you are. And I know some sports are, well, all the sports are pretty good together and all that, but you guys especially, I mean, it's just, you got to get up at 4:45 in the morning, get in the water, go do a swim of maybe 4,000 yards, and then go to, I mean, it's a special group. It's a little different from any other sport. And I can imagine, Coach, it's got to be a strange feeling not being able to see the people that you've seen all school year, and especially these seniors and the leadership that they bring to the deck and all that. Let me ask you, Jordan, how are you feeling? I mean, you're moving on to go to college. You're going to go to Cleveland State to swim. And how do you feel right now with what's going on?
Well, first off, can you guys hear me all right?
We can hear you.
Am I quiet or can you?
No, you're good.
At first it was kind of a shock. It was a little frustrating because I want to be in the water swimming, so I know that I'm going to set myself up right going into my freshman swimmer. But looking around, seeing that all of us are in the same boat, and it's not just me who's going through it, it's all of us. It's comforting, and it's it makes it easier to deal with it day in and day out, to see what everyone else is doing. It's not just a personal issue, it's everyone's issue, and just doing the right thing, knowing that we're keeping ourselves healthy by staying home and helping everyone else, but doing that, doing the right thing, and in the end, it'll all work out. I genuinely think that, so I'm not worried about it, just doing what I have to do day in and day out.
Right, and it's all about keeping a positive mental attitude, and you guys, especially as swimmers, know what that's all about. Becca, how are you guys as a team, as the Firestone swimming team and community staying together? What are you guys doing? Is it about a group chat? Is it through videos? What are you guys doing to stay connected to one another through the senior year?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's just like not just like swim team, but all like people from school in general. Like,
sure.
It'd be really easy for this to just like lose contact with everyone and just like be by yourself. And like you could come out of this with like a lot of bad habits, like sleeping all day and just being on your phone, or you can like, make an effort to like still talk to your friends over the phone. Like, we're lucky that we have that chance to do that, and like going on walks with your family and like that kind of thing. So I think it's just like trying to keep each other like motivated and positive, and especially like we're all still like in school, having video calls, that kind of thing, which helps that we get to see each other, so
yeah, it's got to be tough for your teachers and your coaches as well. Let me ask you this, Ben.
Yep.
In trying to keep a positive mental attitude and all that, what are some of the steps that you guys are taking as a family to stay engaged and get through these strange times?
Well, yeah, like you said, it's just a weird time right now. I'm fortunate enough to have a lot of brothers in the house, so I'm at least surrounded by like a good amount of people, but I mean, taking advantage of this, I see everyone in the neighborhood going outside, going on hikes, going to the metro parks. So just getting out with the family and enjoying nature for once instead of staying inside, because now that we're all kind of stuck at home, it's easy to just be on your phone, watch TV, which is okay to pass time, but to do that for the amount of time that we're going to be quarantined and have to social distance, just to get our mental health up, it's just good to get outside. And I think that's helped my family and I a lot.
Oh, that's great. That's good. Allison, what are you and your family doing right now in these times? You guys getting out together as a family, playing board game? Like, what do you guys do?
Well, we usually take a lot of walks, and my sister is actually a pitcher, and she's been, just to kind of pass time, she's been trying to teach me how to do that and all that
Oh,
stuff.
no.
I mean, I mean, I'm not very good at it, but just kind of like trying to learn each other's, like, our interests and stuff, and trying to share. And then we play board games and stuff, and we would go on walks every day, and my mom and I do workouts in the morning together and all that stuff. So just trying to enjoy each other's company as much as possible, I think, kind of gets us all through.
Okay, interesting, cool. Hey, JB, you're a student athlete and you're a two-sport young lady. You're going to OU next year to go ahead and compete and attend school. So how is that? How does it work from a college standpoint? Has your college coaches reached out to you to say, what are you doing to work out during these times? Have you found that they've engaged you at all in the conversation of what's going on?
Yeah. Actually, I think 2 weeks ago or so, I talked to Nick, and he was telling me how NCAA has completely shut down their season, and for the rest of the semester, the students are staying home. We talked about our swimming and how we ended, and he was extremely proud of us and stuff like that. And I told him that I have a specific set workout for the next 3 or so months until the end of the season, and then during the summer I'll just proceed to throw and work out and try and get better, obviously. But yeah, basically it's what we talked about.
Gotcha. So it's nice to be able to have that interaction. Now, I know there's a no contact that's going on for the state of Ohio right now, but Maddie, in regards to your scenario, you're going to the University of Akron next year to swim, and you can't be in the water right now. It's just not doable. What are the types of things that you yourself are doing to stay fit and keep that positive mental attitude?
Yeah, I've been really trying to focus on having a specific task every day for every part of my life, whether it's athletic, academic, or personal. Unfortunately, on the academic side of things, IB exams were canceled, so there's not really much left to do in my schooling for the rest of the year, but I do have an AP exam in physics, so that's my focus for that this year. And with the athletic side of things, I'm lucky enough to have my brother, who's a coach on the team, at home, and we have access to a weight room space in our basement. So we've been using that every day, doing applicable exercises for the pool. And on a personal side of things, as a family, we just try to set aside time to do things together as a family, at least once or twice a week. But yeah, it's been busy, not gonna lie.
Sure. And I think, the silver lining out of this is us getting back to, well, I move at 1,000 miles an hour. Our family here moves at 1,000 miles an hour. It's crazy. But what has happened is we've slowed everything down. And what we found is that, we're just who we were before, but we're closer as a family now, because when things slow down, we have the opportunity to have a more in-depth conversation. And that's pretty cool. And it's been, that aspect of it's been pretty neat. Plus the opportunity as a homeowner, we get to work on all the projects that we have going on here. Coach, when we talk about goal setting and all that, what are some goals that you would want for your seniors or for your swimmers during this time? And I know that might be a tough question to ask, but everything that you do, Coach, and the way in which you engage your seniors and your athletes, everything is goal oriented with Firestone Swimming.
I think right now it's more the mental part. I mean, we talk about these things in the way I've really had an opportunity, with all this time, to think about the things that we do and what we do daily. We talk about obstacles. We talk about being comfortable in an uncomfortable situation. Focus on the things that we can control and not the things we can't control. Are you willing to push through those roadblocks and obstacles in your way and know that on the other side, we're going to find that success, and we're going to find, and we're going to be better. So these are the type of things I think right now that we're doing, that when we come back in, we're going to be a whole lot stronger.
So we're not necessarily, and again, well, that's not true. We are working on the physical aspect. We are doing our individual workouts. Dry land is what we call it in swimming and all that from an old swimmer perspective. But we're still doing that. But this is really a time, like you just said, Coach, where we get to focus on our mental aspect and mental toughness. You know, I feel for you seniors. I got a senior in this house, my son Zane, and he's not with his friends right now, and it's difficult. And you guys have forfeited, you know, the second half of your senior year, and that's tough and all that. But again, being able to work on that mental toughness, knowing that change is inevitable. There's always going to be change. Life is fluid. It's never going to be the exact way we want to see it. But let me ask you this: aside from swimming, how are you engaging, you know, your peers and all that? Allison, what are you guys doing outside of swimming? Because you guys have friends outside of the sport as well. How are they handling
Yeah.
it?
I mean, honestly, just doing FaceTime calls, or even going to their house and them sitting on the porch and you're in your car on the other side of the road, or just staying, I don't know, just talking to each other every day, FaceTiming, they group FaceTime stuff, or that's usually what I do, because I'm not really allowed to go to my friends' like at my house. They're trying to social distance, and so I don't know, just trying to still talk every day, or even just sending a message like, "Oh, I'm thinking about you," or something. Hope you're staying healthy is kind of what I've been doing.
Well, you know, Allison, I think you made a great point in that, and that is, you know, people that we haven't talked to on a regular basis, to be able to reach out and just send them a text message, send them a nice word, and hey, how you doing? Just thinking about you and all that. That's something that I've been trying to practice here recently over these last couple of weeks, because again, I work with a group of people I probably see more than I see my family. And as an Army medical recruiter, I talk to a lot of different folks and have a extensive network. And to be able to reach out to my doctors, my nurses, my dentists, and say, hey, how are you guys doing? Because our dentists right now, they're not working, for example. Our medical professionals are on the front line, so we get to send out a positive word, or whatever the case may be. One thing that we do in the Army is called resiliency training. And there's a couple different ways that we do that. One of the big ones, and the ones that I found success with, was the simplest of all. It's called Hunt the Good Stuff. And hunting the good stuff is literally going down and putting down 3 good things that happen in the course of the day. And it's not just getting up. It's not that I got up. It may be that I, you know, Jordan or JB, for someone such as yourself, you know, doing shot and all that. Hey, I was practicing my lunges, or, you know, movements to, you know, whatever the case may be. And I had success doing this. Well, what created that success? It was all these different things I had to do to get to that point, and then recognizing that. So the action, and then how did I get to the finality of that action? If you start practicing things like that, and Coach, you know, it puts you in a positive mental attitude. And that's the type of stuff that carries you on and sets you up for success in everything that you do. Would you agree with that?
Absolutely. Absolutely. It's something I think that we in our sport try to get through to the kids as well. And hey, Becca and Gracie, you know, what do you think about No Catalina seniors this year? And I know that you guys, I mean, I know that, you know, that's not my thing, but I know it's big for you guys. What do you feel about this?
That is something that's been like, honestly, one of the hardest for me, like along with prom and graduation, but like being Catalina president is something that I've like looked forward to do for like my whole high school career. And I actually saw Miss Moore at the grocery store the other day, and she was like, oh, like, I'm so sorry about everything. And I was just kind of like, you know, it's okay. I can't do anything about it. I'm just trying to make everything the best it can be. Like, I mean, hopefully the pool's open the summer and I'll have a chance to do synchro then. I can't change it. So, you know, I'm still trying to like talk to all the Catalina girls, and it's, you know, obviously it feels like not fair, but this goes like beyond our senior year. This is like something that's happening in the whole world. So
That's a good point. Grace, how do you feel about that?
I mean, it's definitely weird. Like we've been working really hard all year for it, and it kind of I know Becca and I have been talking about this theme since like our freshman year, so it was always like our dream to have this, and then to not have it kind of sucks. But just like Becca said, like there's people that are struggling way more with this than us not having to do like a show or our prom or graduation. So just I've been trying to really put everything into perspective and not think about it in my point of view, but to think about it as the whole world's point of view.
Yeah. Well, it's been interesting. This time too has allowed people to get really creative on the ways in which they engage one another and all that, whether it's a virtual prom or a virtual dance party. I've seen 90s dance parties and all that. You guys wouldn't know anything about that because you didn't, but yeah, 90s music, right? Coach? I think Coach.
I'm older than that.
Oh, okay, maybe the 80s. Okay, right. But no, it's allowed people to get pretty creative in the things that they do. Stumpy, have you seen anything crazy out there that you've seen on social media that you're like, wow, that's pretty cool?
Yeah, actually, Swim Slam and just all those swimming accounts, they've been posting what people have done. Obviously, not a lot of us have pools in Ohio, so actually, Sydney sent me this. It was this girl, and she had this like kiddie pool, and like the backyard kiddie pool, and her mom acted as the official, and her sister, I'm guessing, was like the coach, and then the dad was commentating behind it, and she just did 100 IM, and I mean, it was probably like not even half a foot deep. It was hilarious. Oh my gosh. But yeah, so she did her IM, so she did a fly down and then backstroke, breaststroke, freestyle. So I think just trying to make the best of the situation and seeing what you can do, not just to stay in shape, but have fun with it. And seeing that she got to spend time, you could tell it was a family collaboration. So it was cool to see that. Just interesting things that people were doing. So yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I know that our some of our sister sports and all that, like softball, for example, they did the tossing of the ball, and I know soccer just put out where they pass the ball. Has anyone else seen anything crazy? Grace, have you seen anything nuts on that's like captured your attention and thought was neat?
Not anything specific. Been watching a lot of TikToks, and there's some crazy stuff going on there, but there always is on there. So I don't know. Everyone's just doing fun stuff like with their families and stuff, which is fun to see. Everyone being creative with like their families, because you don't see that a lot on social media. You more see people with their friends. So cool when people get their parents and stuff involved.
Sure. Do you think that, I think Coach said it first, the new norm, for example. Do you think some of these things that we're doing as families right now on social media and just in general that we might be able to carry with us, or do we think that life's going to ramp up so quick again that we won't be able to do that? What do you think, JB?
I mean, I just like.
What would you like to see happen moving forward? Let me ask you that.
Yeah, I was gonna say I didn't know how to answer the other one. It's just being able to like move forward with the season, or even just like a home workout with everybody being together, things like that. But school-wise and academic or athletic-wise, just being able to get back together with everybody and to even compete. I mean, I never even had my first meet with track, so it's just I was hoping to get back into the season, hopefully. But
Gotcha. Hey, Ben, let me ask you this. Is it something that maybe, like, for example, you could do a virtual workout together? Like maybe you have a deck of cards and you flip it over and you assign something to each deck of card or for each card within the deck. Is that something that you might be able to do virtually as a team?
That's kind of funny. I mean, I was thinking of, because it's getting kind of very boring working out every day, like just by myself in the basement. So I was trying to think of stuff just to connect people online, to maybe work out together or just do stuff together as a community. But yeah, I think that'd be a great idea, because I mean, just doing all these activities by yourself every day is nice to work on your mental health, but you also need that social interaction outside of your family to kind of help you get through this.
Sure. Now we know that, for example, coaching is a year-round function, and especially with Maddie, with your brother, Coach Dial, it's a labor of love. And you guys not to be able to be with your swimmers right now has got to be tough. But what's really cool and what Jerry Snodgrass from OHSAA put out is that we can interact virtually and all that. And I think there's some wins in that based upon the current circumstance. But what is it like to be fully engaged as a coach with your seniors and watching them from young swimmers all the way up until where they are now? What's that feel like, Coach?
Well, I feel old. I mean, to see them, to see them grow, I'm very proud of them, to the people, young men and young women that they've become. And I know that we've done everything that we possibly could. And I feel it's sad to see them go, but I know that they're ready to move on to the next chapter in their lives.
Great. Absolutely. Great sentiment, Coach. Well, guys, in closing, I'd like to go around the horn and leave us with something good, something positive. Maddie, what you got for me, kiddo?
Oh.
You had a heck of a season, young lady. Tell me again how your season ended, and then give me something positive to leave us with.
I guess I think the best thing that's happened to me in the last week or so is I was able to reach out to all the other recruits for Akron and my class for swimming, and we started a group chat. So
Cool.
I'm really glad to be able to connect with them and get to know them before we meet up in August.
Sure, that's great. And how'd you do this season? How'd you end up at States?
I had a really successful year after a couple years of having some struggles. So I ended up being on 2 relays that were in the top 16 and placing top 8 in 2 events with my career highest 3rd place in my 100 breaststroke.
That's awesome. Congratulations. So very proud of you. That was really neat to see. And then that smile that you had in that one picture was just really motivating for a lot of people, I'm sure. So that's cool. Hey, Ben, what about you, man? What are you going to leave us with?
Well, I'm pretty sure a global pandemic at the end of my swim season, seeing how the last 2 years have gone, maybe could have been expected. I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen next. I mean, first I had the wrist surgery, then I have a concussion, and now the world is completely different. So it's insane. But I think we all just need to be taking this seriously. I mean, we're all in the same boat, in the same situation.
Sure.
Enjoy the time you have with your family, because I know for me, my brothers are in college. I'll be going to college. I won't have this kind of bond with my family, this kind of closeness probably for a long time, maybe not even ever again. So just cherish the moments you guys have together with your family and go outside, enjoy nature, because, don't be stuck on your smartphone all day. It's just not good.
Sure. And I think you made a key point, Ben, and that was you're not in this alone. We're all in this together, and that's a key point. Thank you for saying that. But, yeah, you had a rough one, man. How's that noggin feeling? Pretty good?
And, it's getting there.
Okay. Grace, what do you have for us?
I think something important to take away from all this is when after this is all over and we're able to see each other, to really cherish the time we can spend with each other, and not take just hanging out with friends for granted, because you never know what's going to happen. And when you can't see your friends for a couple months, it kind of sucks. So
Yeah, it does. Cool. What do you got, Becca?
I just hope everyone stays healthy, keeps a positive mindset, take this time to learn new skills, cook something. I don't know. Just, you have a lot of time, so might as well make the best of it,
Absolutely. I think those are words to live by. Stumpy, what you got for me, kiddo?
Well, looking at it from a sports perspective, I've been focusing on kind of my weaker ends and using all the spare time that I have to focus on that. So I know that I wanted to build my upper body strength. I've been working on push-ups and pull-ups and those types of exercises. And then aside from the athletic portion, I'm using this time to kind of make up for all the time I haven't spent with my actual family that I have with my swim family. So seeing them and being able to, go outside and throw the football or watch a movie or try and finish our 1,000-piece puzzle, which we are not doing too well at right now, but we'll get it done.
Hey,
So just enjoying the little things and trying to make the best of our spirits. I know, right?
absolutely.
Yeah.
And it sucks too for you because you do Business Professionals of America, right? EPA?
Yeah, correct.
Okay. So my son Zane ended up coming in late this year because he had a filled class, but he qualified to go to state. So, you know, he didn't get to go compete at state, you know, academically and all that. I know that you're high up in that and had a lot of success. So I was sorry to see that. But again, you got to keep, you know, you're goal oriented, and that's pretty cool and that's pretty slick. Hey, Augusti, what you got for us, kiddo, before we leave?
I think one thing to kind of remember during these times is maybe, along with what I said earlier, is sending out a message to someone and all that, but make sure to like contact your grandparents and stuff like that, because they really are the ones who are more prone to this, and just saying, oh, I'm thinking of you, hoping you're staying healthy. Just trying to keep in contact with the people you're not able to see really is important during this time.
Yeah, absolutely. And then, Coach, I'll give you the last word, and then we'll close up.
Gratitude. Be grateful for everything that you have. Be grateful for, I am grateful for all of you guys. I'm grateful for the health of my family and my Firestone and Fast family. I'm grateful for our amazing alumni for everything that they do. Just have the gratitude for the things that you have. Be very thankful for it.
Well, we appreciate you guys. Thank you so very much for taking the time out of your day to have this conversation. We love you, seniors. We're going to miss you, and I can't wait till we can see you guys in person and honor you guys for your 4 years at Firestone. Falcon Nation's proud of you. The alumni's proud of you. And, Coach, thank you for what you do every day to keep these kids and set them up for success, because there was a lot of life lessons that took place over the last 4 years and over the course of their swimming careers at Firestone. So I appreciate you. I appreciate
Thank you.
Seniors. And I'll tell you what, with that, thank you very much. Falcon Nation, go Stone.
Thank you.
Go Stone.
Go Stone.
All right, guys, have a great one.